Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian Kingsbury. This one is coming to us from Sportster.com. It's titled 10 Things NFL Fans Should Know About Bo Jackson. This one is written by Cameron Miller, was published September 3rd, 2022. While there are plenty of beloved NFL players, few are as loved by fans as Bo Jackson. It's almost shocking to hear how many people love Jackson, considering he only ever played in 4 seasons in the NFL. Despite that short time, Jackson was a breakout player for the sport as a whole and the fans watching in the stands. With how much skill Jackson had, it only made sense that he would wound up trying his hand at multiple sports over the years, further cementing his incredible legacy in the NFL. He's become so popular that some actually may know him best for his various media appearances rather than his time spent on the football field. Fun fact number 10, he was named an All-Star in football and baseball. Tons of unique stars from the NFL have all kinds of fascinating accolades, but Bo Jackson has one that no other athlete is able to lay claim to. A man tends to become a star in one sport while also enjoying others, but Jackson went a different route. Rather than simply exceeding in the NFL, Jackson managed to become a star in baseball as well. He wasn't just good either. He was named an All-Star in both sports, setting him in a league of his own above many other NFL and MLB players. Fun fact number 9, he won the Heisman Trophy. Since it's not like every player can win the Heisman Trophy, it's worth noting that Jackson was one of the few men to have earned one. While it is fair to say that the voting was incredibly close, Jackson more than proved it should go to him. His stats for the season spoke for himself as he dominated his conference. He actually played so well that he earned the runner-up spot for the best performance in a single season within his conference. All that skill would only continue to be shown off as he continued further in his career. Fun fact number 8, he was a part of a famous advertising campaign. Even those that weren't enormous fans of football or baseball can remember the famous Bo Knows commercials that were seemingly all over the place for quite a while. The humorous and exciting commercials will probably always remain in the minds of his biggest fans. Seeing Jackson try to exceed in even more sports likely had people wondering whether he could actually become a star in a third sport. It's one of Nike's most famous ad campaigns, and that's saying something about the shoe giant. Fun fact number 7, a hip injury ended his competitive career. Bo Jackson had to deal with a few tough spots throughout his athletic career, but few things were nearly as bad as his hip injury. It's the thing that unfortunately ended his NFL career and even later his MLB career. Sadly, it was anything but a small issue. The injury came from a simple tackle, but the real issue came when necrosis set in within his hip joint. The condition resulted in a severely weakened hip, one that has essentially lost all the cartilage within the socket. Fun fact number 6, he made plenty of appearances in film and TV. When someone becomes a star that shines as bright as Bo Jackson did in his prime, it only makes sense to try to get him booked to appear on some TV shows. He's made far more appearances than most people probably think, giving him plenty of time to flex his acting chops. He was in the famed Pro Stars cartoon along with other sports stars, but he also famously appeared in shows like Married with Children, Lois and Clark, The Adventures of Superman, and even The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Fun fact number 5, the Raiders still sell his jersey. There are few things that can continue to act as a sign of respect to a historic player. Some people get awards named for them, some get statues put up, others get their jerseys retired, and some continue to have their jerseys sold long after their time in the spotlight. The demand for Bo Jackson jerseys is one that will seemingly never die. It's not only a classic jersey with a name that many share, but it's also a fantastic way to show support for a team while also giving a nod to a classic player. Fun fact number 4, he made a shocking claim about football. When most legends speak about football in retrospect, it's often to give advice to the next generation of players. Rather than imparting advice, Jackson actually made some comments about the game that left many people shocked. Jackson was incredibly candid about his opinion on football in an interview a few years ago. He made it clear that he wouldn't have ever picked up the game if he knew how dangerous it was. Of course, fans now know how dangerous the game can truly be, something that many didn't know for sure until recently. Fun fact number 3, he's a serious philanthropist. There are a lot of reasons to respect Bo Jackson on the field, but there are arguably even more reasons to respect him for the things he does in his private life. He seemingly made it his personal mission to help ensure that those less fortunate than have help when they need it most. He famously helped the state of Alabama with his Bo Bikes Bama charity event after it had been ravaged by violent tornadoes. The campaign was incredibly successful, but Jackson did even more later when he donated serious funds to help the families affected by a violent tragedy in Texas. Fun fact number 2, Bo once jumped an entire defensive line. While Bo Jackson has plenty of famous moments to speak of throughout his career, it's probably fair to say that his most famous moment was when he jumped a defensive line to get a game-winning touchdown. The moment, forever known as Bo Over the Top, is one of the riskiest and eye-catching moments in the history of not just college football, but football in general. The leap isn't the most beautiful thing in the world, but it's hard to say that it wasn't incredibly effective. And finally, fun fact number 1, Bo initially passed up on MLB to play football. There seems to be a trend with classic NFL players passing up on playing for the MLB, and Bo Jackson was no different initially. The New York Yankees actually selected Jackson to play for them before he had even headed off to college proper. Instead of starting his MLB career, Jackson decided he'd rather spend some time in college to play football. It's clear that passing up on the MLB didn't change things all that much, as he was still called up to the majors in 1986 to begin an incredible career in baseball. Alright, there you have it, another successful Brian Reads the News segment. 10 things NFL fans should know about Bo Jackson. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give this one a big thumbs up, give this video a like, and subscribe to the channel. When you subscribe to the channel, you'll be notified every time a new video drops. All you gotta do is ring that notification bell, and you'll be notified. Thank you for watching this one to the very end. If you could do me a huge favor, leave me a comment on your way out. I'd be interested to hear from you. I reply to all comments. Talk to you in the comments. Bye.